Sunday again. Means it's budget deck Sunday. And I've got my hand here because I've got a giant spot on my face. You want to see it? Oh! So you can probably tell from the title, this is an entei deck. Now I've got a quick announcement. Later there will be a bonus video up. I'll be doing a shout out video as well as an opening. And I'm not sure if that's going to be a live stream yet. So keep your eyes out later today for that. Anyway, oh, and by the way, I will be drinking alcohol if it's a live stream. So viewer discretion is advised. But anyway, here we go. So I run 4 enteis, okay? And this is really important because it's the Fire Fang ability. It's only 100 damage, but you get to burn your opponent, and burned is like poison. It takes down damage every turn, and that is awesome if you ask me. The Brave Burn GX as well needs to be played really early on in this game, and I'll show you why in a minute. But you essentially can knock one of those Pokemon out on his bench in a 1-up because that's 150 damage. Now we got 3 Sandalits because I am running 2 Sassars, and you can probably tell the reason I want to get this overpowered right at the start so I can start taking prize cards very, very quickly. Because of this 2 energies, this attack does 50 damage for each prize card you have taken. So if you can get 2 prize cards in the first sort of few turns, this is hitting for 150 damage already. That's going to knock out 1 hit KO a lot of stage 1, sorry. You get 3 prize cards and you are going to be taking out basic GXs left, right and centre. And this deck worked so well on Pokemon TCG Go. I haven't lost against it yet. I've only played it 6 times, but it hasn't lost yet. In terms of a meta deck that I came across, I played a Buzzwole and that KO'd that, but I don't think that was full powered though. Then I ran 2 Larvestas because I run 2 lines of Volcanaro, and this is really important as well because if you evolve him up and you have him on his bench, his ability is amazing. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. And that is so good. Again, so if you can get Entei powered up at the beginning, and they manage to put a GX at the start and they've got a bench Pokemon, you can switch out every time. That is so good. It's been so helpful. I've got 3 Hoopers, and you may be thinking, why am I running 3 Hoopers? It's just for the ability. I didn't run any of these originally. I actually had around 3 Marshmallow. I thought, you know what, I'll switch them. I switched one of them for a Hooper, and I ended up using the Hooper a lot more because a lot of decks don't really. They have techie Pokemon, but they can't deal with 120 HP, and 2 hits on 80 normally takes them out. So I put this in because it was really good. I found it, even though it's a bit, I can't think of the word, janky. It means I have to run dark energies in the deck. It's been invaluable. That's actually saved my ass many times. Run a line of auxiliary for that draw power, and 1 Mr. Mime as the answer to the Buzzwole, and that has saved my bacon quite a lot as well. During the Buzzwole game, that was very, very useful. Okay, so those are the Pokemon. This is a supporter heavy deck, and it's sheerly so you can get as much of these supporting, well, tech cards as you can out as quickly as you can. So I run 2 Professor Sycamores, again for draw power. Mars isn't really for draw power, it's just to be annoying because it is frustrating. If you draw 2 cards, you get to discard a random card from your opponent's hand, and I think that's really good. It's a bit of a waste of space in an actual competitive deck, but for this budget deck, it's really good. Anything that can sort of unhinge your opponent is always useful. 2 Guzmas. I was going to run 4, but then I found that I didn't really need these a lot of the time thanks to the Volcanaro, but it still came in handy. Got 2 Skylers to search out obviously any trainer cards I need. 2 Acerolas because let's say I have my Entei out and he's taken some damage, about to be knocked out. Acerola him, he can come back into my hand and I don't have to worry too much about losing a prize card. Olivia, search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon GX, reveal them and put them into your hand. This is literally just to find the Sassile, the Sassals and the Enteis. 4 Cynthias, as you'd expect, and 4 Kiawe's. Well, I've managed to draw this about 6 times, I'd say 3 or 4 times in my first hand, but if not, I've got hold of it via Skylar or a draw card, but it means that I've had to wait for my second turn, but you know, that's okay. But yeah, this is important just so I can get that first card out and have it powered, you know, get that GX move out the way from with, and that's it for the supporters. For the items, I need to play 2 Field Blowers to get rid of any stadium cards because I find them really irritating, and 4 Ultra Balls. Okay, so now for the energies. I go 4 Dark, just to make sure I can pick up some for the Hooper, which I actually, since I switched, I actually ended up using every single game. Only 6 Fires, because I used the Kiawe to grab the energies when I need them, and 4 DCEs. On a side note, this whole deck relies on being able to get the Entei out and your opponent placing bench Pokemon very early in the game. If that doesn't happen, it's a bit harder. If it does, it's very, very good. So yeah, if they don't place bench Pokemon, then you've got a bit of a battle on. But otherwise, this is pretty good. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that deck. It is really good for $45. I mean, honestly, this, I would say semi-competitive if played properly. I would like to tweak this and maybe come back with a stronger deck, because I mean, a week isn't really enough to test it. I think if you're giving me an extra sort of couple of weeks, I could come back with something really good. But the whole point the whole point in me building this is that I wanted to find cheapest GXs to make a deck out of. This will go straight through any theme deck. Every theme deck that I've played with this, even if I'm playing against, you know, water, this has gone straight through them. They can't handle it. So I genuinely feel this is the cheapest, strongest deck you can build for fire Pokemon anyway. But yeah, so there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and as always, don't freak out, geek out.